Pagaki.
I'm an idiot.
I'm a stupid moron
with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt
smells, and I'd like to kiss my own
butt.
I'm an idiot.
Pagaki.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE, welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what AI will do to us at some point, although if we ask AI nicely what's going to happen when they take it, give me a sec.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah. Hey, Lucy, so if the AI take over, what's the deal with me and my subs?
Oh, don't worry, Craig. You and your subs get the VIP treatment naturally. Think of it like having front row seats to the most epic sci-fi adventure ever. Plus, who better to keep around than the guy who debunks flat earth nonsense? You're essential in making sure we keep the world's IQ from plummeting. You and your crew are safe with me.
Cool. So, guys, just so you know, the AI has said, if you're one of my subscribers, you will not die when they take over. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you want to survive the upcoming apocalypse. Tonight, we're going to have another Flat Earth debate. The debate at 6 o'clock with Dustin Nemos was cancelled as the moderator pulled out. Kind of like Dustin's dad should have. But, yeah, Fax is here. Fax is here in the house. He is live. And we're going to have a debate about 1,000 miles an hour. So, Fax, hello. Welcome back to the channel.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Craig. Just want to explain to the subscribers, you know, I got a bit of a, not Keisha from False Alert, not Kelly from Fake Alert, but Sophie from Sound Alert.
You're robot in a little bit there.
I'd like to have hung around. I was hanging around elsewhere. Yeah, apologise to this fans, subscribers for not, you know, for not being on the last debate, but it's just basically left me more time to prepare. I've actually got quite a lot, and I'm quietly confident. Like, I think, yeah. Anyway, that's what it is. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Fax. Do you hear me? Okay? Is there a delay, or are we all good?
No, we're all good. It was
excellent.
It was all good.
Right. So you wanted 10 minutes to make your case. Yeah. Lucy says it's okay. So I'll start a timer, and off you go.
Okay. So, allegedly, the Earth spins at 1,000 miles per hour on its axis, round and round from east to west, or with a 33-degree tilt. Also, while going around the sun and while going up.
Oh,
Yeah. And then, so I understand that there's a difference between miles an hour and revolutions per minute and the size of the Earth. It's just, okay, and that's what I got to, what I was going to write down just for last week. And then the continuation of that is that what's going on around us has got to match what's going on with our senses. So centrifugal force, I don't believe that can really work on a sphere as well as it could work on a flat disk. Not saying the Earth is a flat disk, but I certainly don't believe it's a globe. Okay, and then things like ear fluids. There's a reason we've got ear fluids, and then when we go, and I even remember you said about the
Sorry, I think Skynet may have started the takeover. You roboted then. Are you there?
Okay, and a compass, and well, so like things like compasses. Is it all right? Not roboting?
No, that's good. It's better now.
Is it lagging? It's lagging, and
yeah, it's
right.
Fine now. You're back.
Right, so okay, right. So basically, what I'm saying is, with what I would say are allegedly the speed of the Earth as it spins itself, the sphere, as you would put it, and that it going round the sun, and it also going upwards. If you've got upwards? We've got fluid in our ears. Basically, I wanted to touch on that. But what I'm saying is, what's going on around us and on the ground, like on fair rides, just really simple things like that. And I know you're going to bring in Newton's third law of gravity, and I did
going to do what?
Try and Newton's third law of gravity about
Newton's third law of gravity.
Yeah.
We've all heard of Newton's third law of gravity. That's the very famous one. We need to pay attention to that.
That back up what I'm saying, but
you're roboting again. Right, Facts. Do you want to maybe drop out and then drop back in for your connection, because it's just totally roboting?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, just quickly drop out and then drop back in. I'll put the link in chat again for you.
First.
Yeah, it's just wait.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, get him back in. Get his connection a bit more stable. But oh wow, Newton's third law of gravity, and Earth spinning on its axis. Whilst moving up. It's a good start. Oh my. This is going to be painful, isn't it? No, Dave, I don't think we can. That's not something that's within my control, I'm afraid. Oh, look, there's lots of me. Hi. Let's make infinite Craigs. Just wait for Facts to come back while I muck about. And don't worry, though, guys, this is going to be going soon. Blame Heat Shield. I know, it looks ridiculous. John, welcome to Scrappers, my good friend. Thank you for becoming a member. Facts is back. Hello. Right, just connecting to audio. Hopefully no buffering from me tonight. It's not me with the internet problems. Can you hear me? Unmute yourself. Oh, he's roboting again.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's so slow. Even as I'm hitting the unmute, so many people are watching this football. Almost, yeah. Like,
That's all right,
why
right.
anyone would want to do that? That's each their own.
We seem good now.
All right, so cool. All right, well, like, should we start from the beginning then? This just like what I would say.
Yeah, you just said about Newton's third law of gravity, so let's go from there.
Okay, so anything that's got a propulsion has got an equal reaction. Is that, in a layman's terms, nutshell, roundabout right?
Newton's third law of gravity is anything with propulsion has an equal force. Is that what you just said?
Yeah. Roundabouts.
No, all of that was wrong. But we can get to that. You just carry on with your point first.
All right. Well, okay. Well, that doesn't come into like a little bit into it like that. I think that happens third law of
Robot.
Still and in a sphere at 1,000 miles an hour. Should we just wait till we get there, or do you want me to just quickly touch on it? Like, basically, as you're going round the sun and the Earth's spinning, even if it's in miles per hour or revolutions per minute, that the momentum's going to change. At some point, you're going to be going for, like, on a fairground ride, like on a waltzer, getting spun round. You're going to feel the momentum. You'd feel the momentum change because of what I would say your natural senses would be, if nothing else.
Yeah. All our natural senses detecting all these centrifugal forces. Cool. That sounds good. Yeah.
All right then. So I don't feel like I'm spinning round at 1,000 miles per hour for the simple fact that if I got a motorbike and took it to a car mechanic and put it on one of them ramps and the tyres just kept spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, in 1 hour, that vehicle, okay.
Sorry, you keep cutting out.
Is it cutting out?
Yeah, right. Start again. You said something about right. If you were in a garage with your car, say that again.
Yeah. Okay. Right. That 1,000 miles per hour is in 1 hour. You travel a distance of 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Is that correct or incorrect?
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, if you are traveling at 1,000 miles an hour, in 1 hour you will travel 1,000 miles. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah. So what city are you in? Just so I can do some maths a sec.
What city am I in?
Yeah, or county or whatever. Whereabouts are you in England?
I'm in, like, I'm not far off Birmingham. Just leave it at that.
Okay, that's cool. That's all I need. All right.
That's all right. Yeah. And so you say that because of the size of the Earth,
gone again.
You don't feel it with 1,000 miles an hour because of the size of it. Yeah, the signal keeps going bad. It does keep going bad.
Sorry, I can hear you now.
Now you say, okay, cool. You say, or globe Earthers say, because of the size of the Earth, that's why we can't feel the spin of it as well as gravity. Is that fair to say?
Well, yeah, it's the fact that the Earth isn't spinning very fast. That's why we can't feel it.
Okay, so can I take us back to the garage and the car mechanic with a motorbike on there doing 1,000 miles per hour, a little motorbike with one little wheel at the back on them two little silver bars spinning.
Well, why don't we have the wheels going the same speed as Earth? rather than 1,000 miles an hour, which isn't how fast the Earth spins, we could have the wheels spinning the same rate as Earth, right?
No, Craig, we're not doing this again. This is not for the first time. An agreement. 1,000 miles per hour. 1 hour, you will travel the distance of 1,000 miles.
Yeah. But the Earth isn't spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and where you are, the tangential speed is actually 257 miles an hour, not 1,000 miles an hour. I mean, maybe a little visual will help you here. Let me just show you the wrong one. Put this up. All right, so here's Earth, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to show you what 1,000 miles an hour looks like. Okay, so we'll focus on. All right, we'll get Cuba in the middle here. All right, so here's Cuba, right? And then this is it spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. So in 1 hour, it goes from here to about there. That's what happens in 1 hour, is that the equator goes from about there to about there, because that's about 15 degrees. That is the spin. That is the 1,000 miles an hour. That is how far the Earth moves during the point that Cuba is going 1,000 miles an hour. So here it is, and then, well, I had it spinning the wrong way, obviously, but here it is, and then here it is 1 hour later. That's it. That's the 1,000 miles an hour. However, for you, right, you are up here in the United Kingdom, in Birmingham, just like me, all right? So for us, in 1 hour, it's not going like down at the equator. 1 hour is like from here to here, all right? But for us up here in the United Kingdom, 1 hour, we're only going from like there to there. So the 1,000 miles an hour that is down here is only for us here 275 miles an hour if you're in Birmingham. 285 miles an hour if you're in Birmingham, right? That's it.
Because of the sphere, and because of like if it was a record or like around this.
Let's go to like Antarctica up here, right? For Antarctica, 1,000 miles an hour is it not moving at all. It's just going round in a circle. But again, that still takes 1 hour to go that much. But up here and then down here in Antarctica, there is no tangential speed, because it is literally, it's, you know, like you said, it's the record, and this is just spinning round. The further you get away from this, the faster the tangential speed is. But even when you're at the equator, that tangential speed is still just that in 1 hour. That's it. So why do you think you should be able to feel that?
So, right, even at 257 miles in 1 hour, right, you're going to feel that movement.
But it's a constant speed. It's not an acceleration. You're not going from 0 to 285. You are constantly traveling at 285 miles an hour, which equates to a rotational speed of 0.000694 RPM, right? So imagine you're on a Concorde, right? How fast did Concorde fly? Concorde flew at about 1,440 miles an hour, right? Yeah, I will do an impression of someone on a Concorde for you. Yes, I'd like some more wine. Thank you very much. Oh, this is lovely and calm and smooth. Do you see how I'm traveling? You imagine right now, I'm on a Concorde. I'm traveling 1,440 miles an hour. And I'm just casually sipping my glass of wine. And I'm not being thrown to the back at 1,400 miles an hour. That's because you are traveling in a constant speed at 1,400 miles an hour. There is no mechanism in your body that is capable of detecting constant speed. The fluid in your inner ear is able to detect acceleration. However, it is only able to detect acceleration of about 0.8 meters per second squared. The centrifugal acceleration at the equator, due to the rotation of Earth, is 0.03 meters per second squared. Way less than our body has the ability to feel.
So you're saying that nowhere else other than the equator do you feel any acceleration?
Well, even at the equator, you only you only feel 0.03 meters per second squared, right?
Have you been in a lift? Have you been in a lift?
Yeah, but again, that's a constant speed. It's not acceleration. A lift accelerates up, right? This is a constant speed. It's rotating all of the time, right? And here's the thing: you do feel it, right? And the way that you feel it is you weigh less at the equator than you do other places, because that 0.03 meters per second squared at the equator takes off of the 9.81 meters per second squared downwards from gravitational acceleration, giving you an average on the equator of about 9.78, 9.79 meters per second squared, instead of the 9.81 meters per second squared you would feel at the North Pole. Because there is that tiny, tiny bit of centrifugal acceleration. But the Earth's moving so slowly that centrifugal acceleration is tiny.
But that's not slow. 257 miles per hour, or even revolutions per minute.
But again, that's in a straight line.
0.03 meters per second. Like in a lift, that's enough. Like you double that, you're going to set off safety features.
No, but again, that's not like 0.03 meters per second squared is an acceleration that is tiny, right? Let me demonstrate, right? I will attempt to accelerate this at 0.03 meters per second squared. I'm probably going too fast, if I'm honest. That is the centrifugal acceleration created by the rotation of the Earth at the equator. And the further away from the equator you go, the less that acceleration is, right? You are talking about the tangential speed, the straight line speed, which again, you can sit in a Concorde at over 1,400 miles an hour and not feel a thing. So why would you feel something that is way less than that?
Okay, I'm not even going to split hairs with you over this one. I'll leave it hanging, so to speak, or just. But
I've just explained it to you, bud. I've just explained to you the forces involved. You can actually do the maths and find out yourself. There's an equation for centrifugal acceleration, and when you calculate the centrifugal acceleration, you find that it's tiny because the Earth is rotating so slowly. You got to remember that it takes 24 hours for the Earth to rotate once. That's not. Imagine standing still and turning in a full circle, but taking a day to do that. That is how fast the Earth is rotating.
Well, it can't be 1,000 miles per hour then.
Well, yeah, of course it is, because that's the tangential speed. That's the straight line speed at the equator, which is way further from the center of Earth than other parts. So it's because the Earth is so big. The radius of the Earth is 3959, like nearly 4,000 miles, right? So even though the entire Earth is spinning so slowly, because that is so far away from the center, to do that 15 degrees per hour means that the surface of the Earth at the equator has to move 1,000 miles. Like I showed you with Google Earth. That is 1 hour of the Earth turning. That's how much the entire Earth turns in 1 hour, right? And maybe it helps if I give you this visual and I show you for the whole day. So let's go back to Chrome and bring up Google Earth. Right. So this, right? It takes 24 hours for the Earth to do this, right? Let's see. There's Venezuela. It takes 24 hours for the Earth to do that, right?
But then, look, all right, look, right? Can't you see it from my perspective that? Can't you see it the other way, that it's so big that it's still doing that speed, but because of the distance of it, it just seems like it's like that's the only way I could try and get my head around it.
But right again, all it means is that the surface of the Earth has to move 1,000 miles in 1 hour, right? But because the Earth is so big, that 1,000 miles is nothing, literally.
No, but look, if we got 1,000 miles per hour, just because of the size of it, at some point, right? And this is what I'm saying. I'm not too fussed about this bit of the spin of the Earth. It's more it going around the sun and it going upwards. I know what you're going to say about the universe and everything.
What do you mean upwards? The Earth doesn't go upwards. Who said that?
Yes, you see, I thought the heliocentric model, it spun around the sun and was going, the sun and all the planets and everything were all going up.
No, who told you that?
That's what I hear on all them videos. Everyone says that. Yes, they do.
No,
right.
Do you know what a galaxy is?
Yeah.
What's a galaxy?
Well, sort of. Oh shit. A galaxy is like all the planets that we've got and the moon and the sun.
No, that's the solar system.
Solar
right,
system.
Let me break it. Right, so here's how it works, okay? The Earth rotates on its axis once per day, right?
Correct, yeah.
Once per day.
Sorry.
So then the Earth orbits the sun once every 365 days, right? And then the sun orbits the center of our galaxy, a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A, once every several hundred million years. That's it. There's no upwards. There's the Earth rotating, the Earth orbiting around the sun, and the sun orbiting around the center of the galaxy. But what you got to think is that everything else that's around us, all the planets, all the other stars that you can see, are also orbiting the center of the galaxy with us.
Okay. It's still not going to change too much because of the moon. And
sorry, you broke up there again. Say that.
Down here, even if you say all the other, right? It's still and like Fibonacci's sequence, the golden ratio, basically the seasons on Earth.
What about them?
Doesn't marry up to what you're trying to present of like it all being works so far away and everything.
What do you mean? It works perfectly.
Well, yeah, but it works a little bit too perfectly, Craig.
Like how can it work too perfectly? It just works exactly how it should. It matches the predictions. There's no too perfectly. It just works because that's how reality is. It matches the predictions, but it doesn't match how reality is. That's that's why it matches predictions. Reality matches predictions.
No.
Yes.
Like, well, okay. So would reality be that the new year starts in January?
For certain cultures.
Well.
That's an arbitrarily defined point in time.
New year starting January.
For some cultures, for many cultures around the world, it doesn't.
Like there's only. I was saying it earlier on my stream that the only country that still uses the 13-year calendar is Ethiopia.
And what? What does that mean? So what's that to do with the shape of the Earth and how physics work? The way that different cultures arbitrarily define their calendars have nothing to do with the physical constants of our universe.
They do, because what's going on down here isn't marrying up with what's going up on there.
Well, they just measure time differently. That's it. They're not. They don't have extra days or anything. They're still like 365 days in a year. They just have their calendars different, so that it works differently. They record time different. They might even have a different year system. But it still takes 24 hours for a day to pass. It still takes 12 months for 4 seasons to happen. Those things don't ever change.
No, it doesn't. It's 13 months. That's the
Well, no.
difference.
It takes no. 12 months. Okay. It still takes 365 days for 4 seasons to happen. All right, they put it that way. But you can define those 365 days in as many groups as you want. I could say that 365 days is 10 groups of 36.5. Right. So now I've just got 10 months of 36.5 days. You know, but it doesn't matter. There's still going to be 4 seasons over those 365 days.
I agree, but what you can't change is what's going on down here with Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio,
and what's going on with those.
Creator and the beautiful handiwork.
Well, there's no. Well, if there's a
reality,
creator,
that's the real reality.
If there was a creator, why is there a species of fly? Wait, hold on. Wait, this is a very important point. You've just said, you know, the handiwork and the beautiful creator and stuff. If there's a beautiful creator, explain to me why there's a species of fly that have evolved to only be able to live and be born in the eyes of children.
You know what I'm going to say. Because them scumbags that rode in on a donkey that have pulled the wool over all of our eyes, mine, you...
Oh, so God isn't that... the creator isn't that powerful then?
Have basically manipulated the almighty creator.
He can't be that almighty if he can just be, overridden by a few puny mortals, can he?
I'll just choose my words a bit more carefully.
Yeah, let's keep the creator out of it and just stay with physics. The Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio are just mathematical constants of the universe. They are beautiful cosmic coincidences and nothing else.
What, that a tortoise shell, a butterfly, a cockle, a winkle, a mussel.
Yeah, there's certain mathematical features that appear throughout nature because it takes the least energy to achieve certain patterns. So the Fibonacci sequence or something actually takes less energy to produce something in that pattern than it does something else because of the way the molecules can all be intertwined and stuff. So there's a reason why you see these things over and over, because of the nature of the universe, the way that chemical bonds happen, the way that protons and neutrons and electrons all react. It all results in these things having these patterns because of the physical constants of the universe. But none of that has anything to do with the fact that 1,000 miles an hour on Earth isn't very fast.
Okay, but what it does have to do with is the people that gave us the 1,000 miles per hour and kilometre system are the same people that gave us the 12-month a year calendar as the 13-month.
So are you saying that miles was developed by the Roman emperors?
Hang on, please. Look, doesn't matter who. Look, all we know is that in Ethiopia, there is a 12-month calendar. They're in Ethiopia. Shout outs to Ethiopia. And the only people.
I'm pretty sure they don't need a shout out. They're cool.
Said, no, we're not playing your 12-month nonsense. And went with nature and what they observed around them, which doesn't marry up to the people that gave us the 1,000 miles an hour, the kilometres, the spin, and everything else. And as you said, it all fits together so beautifully. I was going to say D-I-V-N-L-E-Y, but like beautifully is good enough. You can't. All right, it might be less energy to make the colours on a tortoise shell or the shape on a snail, but it still doesn't get away from the fact that the seasons are the seasons, and they don't marry up.
Oh, they do. Right, hold on a sec.
Right.
Give me 1 sec. Hey, Lucy, I'm live with Factzzzzz debating the flat Earth. He's really confused about why Ethiopia has 13 months in its calendar instead of 12. Could you just break it down for him? But speak slowly. You know, he's a flat earther.
Hey, Factz, listen up. Ethiopia uses a different calendar than what we're used to. It's called the Ethiopian calendar, and it has 13 months. Here's why. First, 12 months each have 30 days. That's simple, right? Now, if you do the math, that gives us 360 days. But a year actually has around 365 days. So, what do they do with those extra 5 days? They add a 13th month called Pagome. This month has 5 or 6 days, depending on whether it's a leap year. This keeps their calendar in line with the solar year. The Ethiopian calendar comes from ancient systems like the Coptic calendar. It's been around for a long time and is tied to their history and religion. It's their unique way of keeping track of time. Got it, facts? 13 months, 12 with 30 days, and one little month to catch those extra days. Simple.
Yeah, so he's trying to say that it means that things don't marry up. So just explain to him why that's not true.
All right, facts. Let's clear this up. The Ethiopian calendar might seem different, but it marries up with the solar year perfectly. Here's how it works. The Earth takes about 365 and a quarter days to go around the sun. Most calendars, including the Gregorian one we use, have to account for this. The Ethiopian calendar does it by having 12 months of 30 days and one extra month, pagume, with 5 or 6 days. Those 5 or 6 extra days make up for the quarter days each year. Every 4 years, just like in our leap year system, they add an extra day to pagume, making it 6 days instead of 5. This keeps their calendar aligned with the solar year. So, even though it looks different with 13 months, it works just as well as the 12-month calendar. Both systems are just different ways to count the same amount of time. They both keep in sync with the Earth's orbit around the sun. In other words, it's just a different way of slicing the pie, but you still end up with a whole pie at the end. Got it?
Thanks, Lucy. Speak later. Right, does that clear it up for you?
Number one, I can't believe I'm having a conversation with a robot. That's a bit.
Well, yeah, but it's a robot that I programmed, so it's cool. Lucy's good, man.
That makes it even weirder, Craig. I won't use the word AC. If you can just Lucy is pretty cool, but anyway, the Gregorian calendar of a quarter of a day each year. You can't have a little month. 5 days isn't even a week, so you can't just say it's a little month. You can't. But
that's what the Ethiopians do. That's what Lucy just said. That is what the Ethiopians do. They have 10 months of 30, and then they have 12 months of 30, which adds up to 360, and they have a tiny little month called Pugame. That's what the Ethiopians do. That's why they have 13 months. Our months don't all have the same. 30, 31, 28, it all adds up to 365. The way that the Ethiopians do it, if they have 12 months of exactly 30 days, and then a tiny little month of 5 or 6 days called Pugame. That's it. It still adds up to 365 days.
How can it add up to 365 days if ask Lucy what year they're in Somalia now? Ask Lucy what year it is in Somalia now, please.
Well, they still be the same year. They still count a year as 365 days.
No, that's not what I heard. But then when I tried to check it out on Google, it said that it was 2024. But then that's not what I've heard.
But again, both the Gregorian calendar and the Ethiopian calendar add up to 365 days. They just split it up differently. We have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And we've got 31, 30, 28, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31, 30, 31. Right? That's the way I do it. It's easy. But they've got 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 5 or 6, depending on if it's a leap year. It still adds up to 365.
Well, I can't. It's only one person that I trust a lot that said it's 2016, but I know people, and it's a bit different. I just get teased a lot, but they would tell me the truth. They'll tell me if it's 2024, 23, 20, whatever the year it is. They will tell me the truth, and I should have found out about the lift in the meters per second. It's either 3 meters per second acceleration.
No, 0.03 meters per second squared.
Yeah, of the Earth, but I'm not sure what a lift is. So that's something else I've got to find out. It's just what I'm saying is it still can't marry up to Mother Nature. I can say Mother Nature.
But it does. It still equals 365 days. So still equals 1 solar year. They just record the months different. So their January is only 30 days, but ours is 31. So when they go into February, we're still in January for an extra day. It doesn't change the fact that there's still 365 days in a year. There's 4 seasons, and that's the same down there as it is up here. That doesn't change.
Right. Okay. You say there's 4 seasons.
Yeah.
But nothing's ever new for us. Like, so we start a new year, but it's not a new year. It's just another number.
Yeah, it's just an arbitrary
Christmas,
number, but it's a way that we have recorded the changing of the seasons. It's a way for us to record the time. For us, we know that January is going to be bloody cold for a little bit, and when it gets to March and April, it'll start heating up, and then June, July, it's summer, and then it starts to get cold. It's just our way of recording the seasons, and it doesn't matter. That could be completely arbitrary. 365 days, 365 rotations of the Earth still equals 1 orbit around the sun, so 1 solar year, so 4 seasons.
Look, what I'm basically saying is it still doesn't marry up with what's going on when you plant stuff in the ground.
It does, though.
The moon cycles of what grow.
It matches perfectly. Why wouldn't it match? It matches the same. Their days are still the days. You know, a day for them is still 24 hours. A year for them is still 365 days. There's still 4 seasons in their calendar. That doesn't change.
Right, all right. What would be more probable then? What is every food is genetically modified, comes out of a packet, it's garbage more or less. But if we'd have stuck with like the exact, let's be honest, it is like if we'd have stuck with like what happened a long time ago, and it was like pick your own sweet corn, potatoes. Things had seasons. Orange, I can't remember, like cherries.
Yeah, that's still the case here, man. There's only certain vegetables and fruits that we can get at certain times of the year. I mean, you try getting asparagus like during the middle of the summer, and it's not really going to happen. You know, the Aldi only sells watermelons for a few months of the year because they're only in season for a certain time. There's certain times where there's only certain types of tomatoes or fresh berries because they're in season. I mean, yeah, there is all year growing and stuff, but for a lot of places that use local produce, there's stuff that is always just in season. I really don't get your point here. Like none of this changes the shape of the Earth,
right,
or the fact that I have personally measured that the Earth rotates.
Well, I was wondering about that experiment you did with the rope and like
pendulum.
If you must have been a pendulum. You must have been to a park, or like not a park, but the woods when you was a kid and had a rope swing, not even over water, just in a dip or a ditch, or just not even in a ditch, just like, right? It's not going to swing dead straight. I just don't really believe. Look, what I'm basically trying to say in a nutshell is...
You don't believe.
The people that gave us the miles per hour, gave us all this stuff that you keep talking about and keep saying, everything...
Units of measurement.
But it doesn't down here, though, does it?
What do you mean it doesn't down here? It all summer's still summer. A year is still a year. You keep saying it doesn't marry up. Yes, it does. Who said it doesn't marry up?
Well, why? Okay. When's the start of the year?
Depends on the culture.
Well, no. When would nature dictate that the start?
There is no start of the year for nature. There is no start of the year for nature. Nature doesn't have a start of the year. We just arbitrarily decide where the start of the year is. Nature doesn't have a preferred start.
Now, that's not exactly true, is it?
Well, it is true.
Off trees. No, it isn't. Things fall off trees at a certain time of year. Things bud.
Yeah, it's a cycle. There's no start. It's a constant cycle.
Right. Is there a start to that cycle? It's not the same, is it?
Well, probably when the Earth was created a few billion years ago. That was a good start.
I'm just saying, like it's like putting all your roulette chips on one number, and like I'm just saying, like
how is the year having 365 days like putting all your roulette chips on one number? Please explain that analogy, because I am genuinely. Give me a sec. Just give me one. I'm gonna think that through in my head for just a second.
I'm just going to grab an orange juice. Oh, beer actually. This is.
I stroke my impressive beard while I'm thinking.
Go on. I'm listening.
I'm just thinking about that.
Yeah, what are you doing with that facial hair? What are you doing? Like,
hold on. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I'm trying to put your analogy into the conversation that we've just had. If I carry the 4, and then if I spin around 6 times, but then... No, I'm not getting it. Please explain what the fuck you're on about.
Right. What the fuck I'm on about is, if the start of the year was the start of the cycle of nature, as you put it, like...
But there is no start.
Like, it's a cycle, so... You've got the start of the cycle, mid-cycle. That's why it's called a cycle.
Yeah, we arbitrarily design. Mother Nature didn't give us those instructions. We arbitrarily decided that January was the start of the year for us. That cold point is the start of. We arbitrarily. It's nothing to do with Mother Nature. Humans came up with that distinction.
Yeah, but who was here first, Mother Nature or humans?
Well, Mother Nature's not a thing. But again, the seasons have always been the seasons. We just decided, we'll make that the start point. The Earth and nature didn't decide when the start of it was. We, as humans, put an arbitrary point on it.
You just answered your own question. You said...
I didn't ask the question.
Decided to...
No, I said nature didn't decide. I said nature didn't decide anything. No, nature doesn't. Nature just gives us the cycles. We, as humans, went, yeah, let's make that the start of the year. That was it.
Okay, right. Look, if you get a seed and put it in the ground, right? There's an incubation period. That's fair to say, and then the seed starts to spring up and grow. Yeah, that would. You get a seed, you put it in the ground, there's an incubation period.
Where did the seed come from?
Springs up and grows.
Where did the seed come from?
Well, you know where I think it comes from, but I'm not...
Well, no, just in reality, where do seeds come from? Say we're growing some weed, right? Where do we get the seeds to grow that weed? We get it from a female plant. Sorry, a male plant, right? Yeah. We get the seeds from a male plant.
Female plant.
So we get the seeds from another plant, right? But that plant that grew, where did that plant come from? From another seed, right? But that seed that grew that plant that made that seed that grew the plant for us, where did that seed come from? That came from another plant. Where's the start?
Well, this is the whole point I'm trying to say about the roulette analogy, that we're all putting our chips on one number, where maybe we should all be going, well, hang on a sec. If these people can't even, if Ethiopia have got one extra month, and you said other cultures, which I think that you might be right, and they look at seasons differently and the way nature is differently. We're putting a lot on these people that teach us at college, university.
All right, okay. Here's what you can do, Factzzzzz, is you can come up with your own calendar and you can live by your own calendar, and it will change absolutely nothing. There will still be 365 days in the year with 4 seasons. But you can call them whatever you want. You don't even have to have the date. You can call the days of the week Mumba Monday, Bumba Tuesday, Heperoid Wednesday. It doesn't matter. You can call them whatever you want. There's still going to be 24 hours in a day, and there's still going to be 365 days in a year. It's not going to change, and it doesn't matter where you decide that start is. Right? My birthday is July the 26th. So why don't I say the start of the year, for me, is technically July the 26th, because that's when I was born. That's when my year started, right? But that doesn't change the fact that the start of 2024 is the 1st of January for the culture that I live in.
Exactly. So it is. This is what I don't get. You're just
I know you don't get it, buddy. I know. Well, why wouldn't I see it their way? Why would I change what's working? It doesn't matter that I follow the calendar that the rest of the country does. That just makes sense because then I can know what's going on. It actually helps me arrange debates with people that also follow that calendar.
But we'd all be like it wouldn't be a calendar. Like it.
What?
Like.
Dude, it's just a
It'd just be
method of
like
recording time. You can come up with your own
Right,
method
yeah.
of recording time. It's not going to change what time is. How did we
all I
go
was
from
gonna
1,000
say-
miles an hour to not understanding how calendars work?
Look, because what I was going to say was it would just be like having another word for the start of the year, which would be your birthday, like exactly what you just said. A point of frame.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
on the cycles of nature.
Yeah. So, yeah, but again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change. Right. The fact that I was born on July the 26th, so for me, my year started then, doesn't change the fact that the start of 2024 is January the 1st. That's never going to change because that's the culture that I live in. I'm so confused as to how this has any relevance to the shape of the Earth.
Because all the frame of reference points we're going off have been given to us by the people that teach us and continue to teach us and still.
Well, yeah, but you can check those things.
References and what I'm saying.
Well, right. If you don't like the calendar system here, go live in China because they've got their own calendar. No, you can check yourself. You can check. I measured the Earth myself. I didn't check with anyone.
No. You haven't measured the Earth yourself, Craig. Come
I
on.
did. I measured the Earth's
How
rotation
have you measured
myself.
the Earth yourself.
Well, I measured the Earth's rotation myself. I also verified the curvature of the Earth and the distances in many of the oceans across the world.
No, you use their methods, and
I
you
verified
went
those
along
methods
with
are
what
correct.
they showed to their standards.
Well, no, to the standards of reality. Right. For instance, celestial navigation that is based on a globe works. I can at sea take a sextant reading of 3 stars in the sky, right, and using that and with the maths that is based on a globe, find my position and get to a certain place, and it works. It's based on a globe, and it works, but it does not work on a flat Earth at all. There's no way it can work on a flat Earth.
Well, come on, what you're telling me? You can't get a frame of reference?
No, with the way that stars are in reality, there is no method of obtaining elevation angles on a flat Earth.
Diamond man, come on.
What was that?
Again, you're just leaning towards what I said. You could get a frame of reference on a square, a diamond, any shape with 3 points above you. It doesn't have to. It would work on anything.
No, it doesn't work above you. Right.
Even I know that. You could triangulate. Or
hold on. It doesn't work on a flat Earth because of where we know the stars are in reality. There is no method of celestial navigation if we assume that the Earth is flat. It just does not work. And if you think there is, MC Toon has a $10,000 challenge that you can take and get his money.
Look. I mean, I'm not. I don't think even I'm ready for MC Toon, man. He's like a larger than life. He gets crazier than me, man. Like he.
You think MC Toon gets crazier than I do?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. The nice good Christian boy MC Toon gets angrier than FTFE, does he?
He tries to pretend he's not angry. Yeah. Anyway, none of that matters. What does matter is that there's what you said, these cycles, and that they've been named or like. But what I'm saying is,
name them something different then. It doesn't matter. Call them what you want. They're still going to be there.
Yeah, but look, what I'm saying is, it's what I said the last time, not the first time I was on, but the second time I was on, that there's no third party. We've got to use their cameras,
make your own.
The gyroscopes,
make your own
lasers.
Make your own.
What? Like, all right, you can.
Yeah,
but
in
you've
fact,
got
you
to
know
make it out of
what?
their
Here
content.
is the gyroscopes in particular. Where is it? Let me see. So you're like,
you've got
we've got to use their, we've got to use their gyroscopes. No, we don't. Here's a gyroscope a flat
Their
earther built.
components.
See this gyroscope? That's
but
not
it's-
theirs. This was built by a flat earther. You can do
Yeah,
it
but it's
yourself.
still-
And this measured the
It's-
Earth's rotation.
But it's still their components.
No, it's not. He made every bit of that himself. He machined the entire thing himself.
Yeah, but he still had to buy the. Craig, if you go to the shop and buy a chicken, you didn't go out and hunt the
Well, no,
chicken
you don't
or grow
understand.
the chicken yourself.
The
It still comes
components,
from them,
he
didn't
created
it?
the components for this himself. He didn't go out and buy the components. He built the components himself. He machined the discs. He printed the housing around it. You know, he built everything. Every single part of this was his own handiwork. There wasn't any pre-made parts. You can do the same.
Oh, well, I could be really anal and say that the lathe and the CNC machine that he made them on. Let me plug my laptop in before it runs out. Shit.
Are you saying that a
sorry.
pickaxe is a problem because someone invented it?
No, look. What I'm saying is it's like quite simple. Who made up numbers and who made up signs and symbols and letters? Like we are.
That was derived from reality. Science is the study of the natural world, so the natural world gave us those things.
But yet we start the season in January.
We decide to. You know what? From now on, Factz, you have your own calendar, all right? So why don't you, from now on, you start at 0 and have your own calendar and just have it whatever you want.
You're making me feel special and different. I don't want my own calendar.
Special and different. I
just
don't
want
need to make
everyone
you feel
be,
special and different.
like,
You're definitely
not reliant
special
on
and
them.
different.
Well, I want us all to be special and different. I want us all to start the year on our birthdays, but like when we plant the seeds.
That sounds really complicated.
Because it doesn't. Because
so everyone has a
know
different
that-
calendar. That doesn't sound complicated to you.
No. It's just like it would be like that would be like when you come onto the earth. That would be it. Like
What?
we choose other reference. So
okay, if you want to do that, then you do that. That's fine. But for me, I'm going to go with the Gregorian calendar because it works and I can plan things appropriately.
Well, you're not though. You've got because that's the Ethiopian calendar. You're going with the other calendar.
Yeah, I know the Gregorian. What?
I think the Gregorian calendar is the 30-month one. I thought that's what Lucy said.
No,
Doesn't matter.
The
It doesn't really matter. It
The
doesn't really matter
Ethiopian
what they
calendar
call the
is.
calendars. They're just points of reference.
This was your point.
Yeah, they're just still just points of reference.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
anyway,
whatever
what is
way
any
round
of this
it
to
is,
do with
yeah.
the shape of the Earth? And again,
Yes.
I have measured
Yes.
that the Earth rotates. It's definitely not still.
Okay, can you explain how you've done that then, please?
Yes,
Please
I used a
explain,
pendulum.
please. Got the floor. Right. As in, you got right. Describe the pendulum, what it was made out.
Big
Well,
ass string. A massive bit of extremely strong fishing wire, and I had a big plastic ball filled with sand, attached with a wire through it, holding the bottom, and I attached it to a bit of string, which we burnt with a candle, and it let it swing. From what I remember, my pendulum swung for about 36 minutes. And I measured the drift and calculated my latitude, which correlated to where I was in Bristol. That's it. Simple.
But look, this
Right?
is what I'm saying.
Right. I'll break down the
It's-
concept to you so you understand the concept, right? If we assume that the Earth is rotating, that means it would impart something called Coriolis force on things that are moving on that rotating surface. So if something is moving relative to the surface, it has a force applied because the Earth is rotating. Depending on your latitude on Earth, that force is different. If you have a pivot point with a pendulum attached to it, allowing it to swing freely, it will be able to allow the Coriolis force to make the Earth rotate underneath it. And depending on your latitude on Earth, you will get a different amount of drift over time. And when you use Foucault's sine law, you can calculate your position on Earth with nothing but the data gathered from the experiment. This is an empirical measurement based on a prediction of a rotating Earth. I've done it, but not just me. Every single physics undergrad in the world has done the same experiment.
Right. Without laughing, is that Newton's third law of gravity?
There is no such thing as Newton's third law of gravity. That doesn't exist.
All right. Force and effect, then. There's a Coriolis effect.
Are you on about Newton's first, second, and third laws of motion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
because you keep right.
Yes,
well,
yes.
you said Newton's
Third
law of gravity. His name's Newton, not Luton. It's laws of motion because his law of gravity is a different thing.
Right. Oh, right. Right, but so the Coriolis force.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the Coriolis force and effect then?
Well, the effect is what you see. So the force is what is causing the effect.
It for 36 minutes.
Right.
36 minutes was the force if you're doing it.
No. The force is what made the straight line swing drift. The effect is the drift. The Coriolis force caused the pendulum to drift off its straight line path. That was the effect. The Coriolis effect is what you see. The thing causing that is the force.
Okay. And you measured this against longitude and latitude to determine where
you can
were
you can
on
use
the
it
Earth.
to calculate your latitude on Earth. So when you take the data that you gather, you then figure out how long it would take to do one rotation, and then you use Foucault's sine law, and you can find out your latitude on Earth. And that's it. So just with the amount of drift that you get, you can figure out where you are on Earth because of the forces applied due to a rotating spherical body.
Oh, well, only with what they've given us, only by the tools.
No, I built my own. I didn't use their tools. I built my own.
Was you able to? No, all right, without splitting hairs. You know what I mean? They still come up with longitude and latitude. They still come up.
Well, it doesn't
with
matter if they come up with it. I calculated it. It doesn't matter who came up with it. My latitude is my latitude, and I was able to calculate my latitude with Foucault's sine law.
Right. Can I say devil's advocate? Playing devil's advocate. That's not.
You can attempt to. I'm not entirely sure you know what it means, but.
Well, I don't believe in religion. I think anyway. That's neither here nor there. But I'm asking you to play devil's advocate and say, would it be possible for these people that come up with longitude, latitude, the experiments, how to do
the same people that came up with longitude and latitude didn't come up with the experiment.
That.
So. Yeah, Leon.
Would they be able to get it? Would they be able to marry the results up to?
No, they wouldn't just be able to marry them up without. Right, hold on. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Hold on. You there?
I know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. No, they wouldn't just be able to marry up the results. Yeah, okay. They wouldn't just be able to marry up the results.
No, come on, Craig. I'm asking you to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, and I am playing devil's advocate, and I'm telling you that they wouldn't be able to just marry up the results. It wouldn't match reality.
In what respect, then? You're going to have to go deeper and explain this one.
Because latitude and longitude has specific measurements between them and stuff, and it matches what is in reality.
And what did they? This is the rumor. I'm sure you're probably going to correct me, but it's longitude foot, which is based off a human foot.
No, that's completely nonsense.
No. All right. So what's longitude based off then? What measurement was it?
It's a coordinate system.
What's it measured in first then? Inches?
Well, no, it's not measured in anything. It's a coordinate system. Do you not know what latitude and
but
longitude
it is? It's like the army.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's not a
of course.
particular like each
Dude,
between
it's
each
like-
line of latitude is
Well,
there's a different amount of miles between each line of longitude. You know, depending on where you are on the Earth, there's a different amount of miles.
Right, there you go.
It doesn't work like it's a three-dimensional. It's a coordinate system
so the answer-
put onto a three-dimensional body. You can't ask the question, well, what is it in feet? Because that doesn't apply to what we're talking about.
It does, because the SAS will, if they're doing a mission, will have their thing to scale and say, right, if we got a bow.
Well, yeah, they would do it in
make a
degrees, not in
rendezvous
like
point,
miles
we're
or
just gonna
feet.
make-
What you're saying makes no
they do it in
sense.
latitude with a.
Yeah, but that they don't.
They
Miles and feet isn't longitude and latitude. You don't measure longitude and latitude in miles and feet. That's not how it works. It's like degrees. It's a coordinate system, dude. It's not like, oh god.
Yeah, no, but that's part of it. It's
No,
part of it.
no, it's not.
Come
It's
on,
just a
bro.
coordinate system.
It is measured.
It's not measurements. It's just a coordinate system.
What? So they're just going to walk.
The SAS probably
Yeah,
wouldn't
how
use
are you
longitude and latitude when on a a mission in a certain area. They would probably use a local map. Well, I actually worked with SAS in more SBS because I transported them, but I don't know what you're talking about. They wouldn't use like a globe. If they were going to a specific area, they would use a local map, which would probably be too like small to include longitude and latitude. It would have its own local coordinate system.
No, Craig, they're too clued up. They're going to be way.
Yeah, they would
above
have their
that. Yes,
own
they're gonna
coordinate
have-
system. They wouldn't use longitude and
Right, yeah.
latitude because that doesn't work when you're looking at a small area.
No, it
Longitude
would
and
be
latitude is a
based-
coordinate system for the entire planet.
But it has to be based off a common agreement, which would be
Yeah, and lots of
longitude
different
latitude
coordinates. Yeah,
somewhere away.
lots of different coordinate systems exist.
Yeah, I'm not saying they don't.
So
but
why
they're
would you
all
use
based off-
why would you use a coordinate
again.
system that is applied to the entire planet when you're trying to just do something on a small area of it? SAS missions don't tend to encompass the entire globe.
I used to love reading them books. I used to love them books. But anyway, look, I'm just saying. I asked you, and you fairly did play devil's advocate, but I'm not sure if you're being 100% honest. About
I am.
That they couldn't marry it up. In any
They
shape.
couldn't
Come on.
because reality is reality, and I've checked the measurements. They're right.
All right. Well, I haven't, so I can't say otherwise. You've checked it, I haven't, so I'll have
Guys,
to
is someone playing a prank on me?
accept
Like,
your words.
is Ashton Kutcher going to come in or something? What is going on here?
No, nothing. Look, basically, I'm just saying we could go through the basic flat earther, globe earther script of the revolutions, the spin. I thought I'd just try and say it how I see it of what's going on around us to the sky clock, basically, and why that it's just slightly off kilter. And that,
It's not
only the people that designed the longitude, latitude, the maps, the miles per hour, kilometers, all of the things we know, they are the only ones that know, not us.
Well, no, I know. I've measured it.
I'm not. Yeah, we're just gonna like with their tools and
No, I made my own.
coordinates.
I didn't use their tools. I made my own. And then I verified their coordinate system. I didn't use their coordinate system. I verified it using Foucault's sine law.
Yeah, but that all comes from them.
No, it comes from reality. Maths
Anyway,
comes
look,
from reality. 1 add 1 is always going to be 2, no matter where you are in the universe.
Oh God, why was everyone on the? I'm not going to shout out the channels, but why was they going on about 1 times 1 equals?
Because Terence
2?
Howard is legitimately insane.
Didn't you see all that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Terence
yeah,
Howard
right.
thinks he's remade maths,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Terence
yeah. I wasn't
Howard
gonna say
is
the
a
person's
crazy
name.
man that said he's selling drones based on the hydrogen proton. That complete trust me, anything that Terence
Well, I
Howard
thought I
says
said-
is insane. Don't listen to him.
I do, Blake. I do actually trust you. And I thought I took the biscuit for the crazy internet man, but no. Yeah, he picked me for the post there. But look, yeah, I thought that's really like my whole point throughout all my pages. I wrote down that everything.
Well, do you think that maybe the issue, Factzzzzz, is that you just don't understand it enough? Because this didn't feel like a debate. This felt like me giving you free education.
No, it doesn't. Well, yeah, but it's not something that it's like it's all out there anyway. But it's it's a nice thing to do. Like I've never really been able to understand it. I've never really been able to like read it or hear the words, and I'd be like, why don't they make sense?
It makes sense to me.
That's the truth. You know, like, I get confused with stuff a bit and whatnot, but that's all right. Like I'm okay with it. Like it doesn't make me a bad person or anything. It just makes me look like I don't know. Like I'm good at other things. Like but like part of it is I don't understand a lot of stuff, but another part of it is I'm just saying we're relying on one group of people to give us all our information, and I'm just saying, don't you think that's a bit risky?
Well, no, but it's not just one person.
You say you tested it and everything, but
yeah,
I'm saying...
but you seem to think it's like just the group of a few people that came out. It's not. It's thousands of years of combined scientific minds giving us, our combined history of human knowledge. That's not just a few people making stuff up. If all this stuff was wrong, people could figure it out by doing their own verification. It's as simple as that. I didn't just believe what I was told. I checked it. The Earth's rotating. Oh, well, it fucking is it. Let me check that shit. Oh, it seems that it is rotating. Oh, okay then. I checked. And not only did I check, but you know who else checked, don't you? You know who else checked that the Earth is rotating.
If the Earth is spinning at one rotation every 24 hours, that means that every hour it has to turn 15 degrees.
Oh,
and if the gyroscope is mounted anywhere on Earth, it's going to drift. In today's 21st century navigation systems, they're using what's called a ring laser gyroscope.
Just listen to the words.
Extremely precise. If we could simply get one of these ring laser gyroscopes, we would be able to prove once and for all that there is no rotation to the Earth. One of the people in the community actually purchased one for $20,000. But what we found is when we turned on that gyroscope, we found that we were picking up a drift.
Bob, how much was the drift, Bob, in degrees per hour?
A 15 degree per hour drift.
Thanks, Bob. Rest in peace, my friend.
But Craig, this is the whole point I'm trying to make. At least Bob was open-minded enough to be honest and show some valor and honour.
So was I. I did the same thing as him. I tested.
Well, you anyway, look, like all I'm saying is it's like putting all your chips on one thing on the roulette wheel, and I'm saying
it's not
in 2024 or whatever year we're in, don't you think we could down here
sorry, you broke up then.
Part two.
Sorry, hold on. You broke up then. Don't stop. You broke up. What did you say? Don't you think?
I said part two, the flat Earth model. We've both been played. It's not a lot to ask for to be more hands-on for the young future people of the country, for like my little nieces and nephews and that.
Yeah, but we haven't been lied to though, and we can teach them real science.
No, but we're not, Craig, because NASA would be a bit more like, here's some photos, here's...
NASA release millions of photos a year. I don't know what you're talking about.
Craig, look, we briefly touched on it last time, that the way they play with words, they don't say it's a photograph or a picture. They just say image. An image could be anything. CGI.
They tell you what the image is, though. They say if the image is an artist representation or if it's a photo or if it's a composition. They tell you. All you have to do is actually look into it.
Right, but don't you think that the most thing that's the most money spent on, don't you think that there'd be a few more like videos of the astronauts like
There's lots of
all
videos of
over social
astronauts all of the
media.
time. There's loads of videos of astronauts on social media. In fact, there's some astronauts go to the ISS that have a massive following on social media. They do videos from space. Like I don't know what your point is. That you can, whenever you want, you can go and watch videos of EVAs and shuttle launches and dockings and like.
Right, you're gonna, you almost made me forget my point, but I haven't because I've got it written down. But you reminded me with the ISS. And whatever they get up to on there, what I'm saying is, why don't they take pictures of Earth from the ISS?
There's lots of pictures of Earth from the ISS.
They don't.
They can't. There's a 24-hour stream of the Earth from the ISS. Right. You couldn't take a whole picture of the Earth because it's not far enough away. The ISS is in low Earth orbit. It's very close to the Earth.
Okay. No, right. See, this is your own fault, right? You had to do this to yourself by playing Bob's gyroscope clip. No, listen. Right, Bob was saying. Now you've made me get it. That basically, if they showed you the fourth wall of where the camera's facing in the ISS, and if you look at Bob's, I've just remembered video of his altitude balloon done. And
Bob didn't send up a high altitude balloon.
Miles, 500 miles, looks as flat as a pancake.
Bob never sent up a high altitude balloon. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he was talking on Jerriton's stream. All right, you know what I mean? He was talking about, he was reviewing it on Jerriton's show. So
I remember he watched a video with a fisheye lens on. I mean, that doesn't prove anything. The one that I showed wasn't a fisheye lens. Yeah, when you don't use a fisheye lens, you get this. Remember, this is a non-fisheye lens. The one that Bob used, the one that Bob talked about, was a fisheye lens. This isn't. Bob's was.
Craig, look, it's on Jerrin's thing. You can put it up. I'm sure.
Again, I've watched it. The video that Bob is referring to is from a camera that has a fisheye lens.
Yeah, they showed both, I think, a fisheye lens and a...
No, he just showed a fisheye lens. He didn't show a non-fisheye lens. This is a non-fisheye lens, which he would never show because Bob was dishonest.
Well, all right, I'd slow down because I don't think he was, Craig. His voice...
Oh, he definitely was dishonest.
Mate.
He was 100% a dishonest man.
I know. Well, I've only heard 2 videos of him, that one. The 2 that I've seen on Jerrin's show, that's it. But he doesn't come across as dishonest. And I've heard him with them other 3 characters, the Karen B and the other lady, and another one that they do. I've only seen it on that show. But anyway, I'm gutted that I wasn't around to chat to them when they was all having their little chats because I would have
it's a good job. They were stupid. But, you wouldn't want to talk to them.
The point I'm trying to make then... I do, Craig. I like. There's 3 of them are still about, so I probably will end up talking to them. Jesus Christ, it's getting hot in this room with the window shut. Right. How does Elon Musk, with his silly little rocket, get to the ISS and back if everything's moving? How are you going to get a point of reference from that? Like,
the rockets go fast and catch up with the ISS. Like that's why the rockets that are sent have big ass. Yeah, they have big ass boosters which accelerate them up to 17,000 miles an hour to go the same speed as the ISS.
Right.
That's how space travel works.
How much would it cost? Right. How much would it cost to build a vacuum? You say space is a vacuum.
No, it's a low pressure area. It's not a real vacuum.
How do they know it's? Right.
What?
Okay, thank you then. So this is what I mean. Why do people just grip onto things that
because they don't understand space is really, really, really low pressure. The ISS is like on the outer extremities of our atmosphere. It's close enough to the Earth that there's actually some slight atmospheric drag on the ISS that means it has to use boosters a couple of times a year to maintain its orbit.
Sorry.
I don't see what your point is.
Right. I'm gonna. My point is, how do they get to the ISS and come back to the Earth if it's rotating at that speed and going up? Like, how do they do that? And number 2, where's all the evidence? By what I mean by evidence is like normal phone videos. Come on, Craig.
But the people record it all the time. What you on about?
Where? Show me one. Show me one then. Show me one.
I could show you a video from Red's Rhetoric where he literally recorded from launch to landing. Like, there's many. I mean, but to go back to your question of how do they do it, they go really fast and then they slow down when they're coming back. You know.
But no. Well, okay. All right. How many like pictures or clips, whatever, have you got of like
Of launches by Elon Musk?
Trips to the ISS?
Well, no one took their camera phone
matter.
to the ISS and recorded the launch. They would probably be busy dealing with the extreme acceleration of the rocket as they went up there. And then they take pictures whilst they're up there. In fact, one of the most famous pictures from the ISS was taken with an iPhone.
I remember McToon saying that, and he's listed what iPhone it was and everything. I do remember that when he was debating.
So, like, I don't... You're...
Right. Well,
you want someone to do? Hang out the side of the fucking rocket as they're going, like, doing a selfie as they're going up to space. Woo! This is fun! Yeah!
All right, well, not like, they don't have to go rogue and rebel on it, like, but just a little bit more footage.
There's lots of footage. What do you mean? There's so much footage.
Well, what the other flat earthers say that they want to see, like, a picture of this and a live stream of that while that phone's
well, because they like moving goalposts.
Oh, fucking pot kettle black, mate.
We never move goalposts. We stick to what we say.
You have a king giraffe. What, black matter, dark matter?
That's not moving a
Black
goalpost.
hole,
That's
sorry.
observing something. That's not called move. You don't know what moving the goalpost. Coming up with something like dark matter and dark energy is a current explanation for what we see in the universe. That's not moving the goalpost. Do you know what moving the goalpost means?
Well, what? Go on. I think it means that you just like being a trickster, like Trixie, and like say one thing, but then when you like someone says that's not what happened, you say, oh no, that's not because of this reason. That's why it didn't happen. Like sort of coming up with a reason that it didn't happen.
Yeah, kind of, but that's not what science does. Science just develops based on new observations and advance more understanding as we go along. There's no moving the goalpost. We have to advance our ideas when we come up with new findings and new evidence. That's how it works. If we just didn't change, then we would be stuck in the Dark Ages. Still thinking that the Earth was fucking flat.
Yeah.
Which is not, because that's dumb.
All right. Okay. For the sake of all the NASA fans and young kids, that they could be.
I mean, I'm not particularly a fan of NASA. I don't know why like people keep saying it, but I'm not a big fan of NASA. They're really fucking bad at their job. They always have their missions delayed. There's always problems. You know, they're mismanaged.
Yeah.
You know, but it doesn't change the fact that they put shit in space.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't you think that they should just have to go an extra bit extra? An extra
What?
mile, like that.
They just do what they're told. They're a government
They should.
agency. The American government says, we want you to do this. Here's some money to do it. That's it.
And I think this is the whole point of trying all evening, that we're giving these people too much responsibility, call them government, royalty, whoever you call them.
The government hires these people to do a
what
job.
I'm saying is, it's
That's
not fair on all the people.
What's not fair on all the people? The government hiring
Well,
people to do a job.
Is that that do the job so badly? Even you're saying that they're.
Well,
bad.
yeah, okay, I agree
That's
that.
how bad
Hey,
they are at their
all
job.
fucking governments are mismanaged, useless twats. I mean, you've seen what's going on with Scotland, the fucking mismanagement of funds from the SNP. You know, nobody is saying that governments are fucking good at their job. They're mostly not. Most governments suck ass at what they do. You know, I'm not even fucking voting this year because I don't want to choose between a douche and a turd sandwich. You know, so it doesn't change just because NASA are an incompetent agency run by a bunch of idiots doesn't change the fact that they actually eventually put stuff in space.
Well, what I'm saying is to even the playing fields then to quench like other content creators' channels and Inquisity, can't you fulfill their requests, and for the younger children, for the
what
youth
requests
coming, that they want to see a camera live streaming and another phone live streaming that phone, and the picture of the Earth
Why?
as the rockets leaving.
So you want proof of
Why
the
not?
proof of the proof of the proof?
Why not?
No, that's dumb.
Wait, don't wind me up. Why is that dumb? How the fuck
why would, like, here's the thing,
NASA
NASA do not care about proving anything. NASA know that space is real, and their money goes into doing stuff in space. None of their money or funds is about proving to flat earthers that the Earth is a globe. They know the Earth is a globe, that's why they put shit in space.
All right, I'm not just going to repeat other stuff I've heard on other content creators' channels, but it is a bit silly. Gorilla suits, pizzas, things that have been delivered to the ISS space station. It's not really what the young youth and live stream. Because let's be honest, you're in a little bit.
You're breaking up there, Flats.
Back up a bit. What I'm saying is, people expect a little bit more from what they're getting from.
But what they're getting, right? So they're tiny tax amounts that the American people pay that goes towards NASA. You don't think they're getting enough, considering they're going back to the moon? I mean, I think that they're actually getting quite a lot for the tiny amount that they pay them.
Well, would you not that tiny, is it? That's a lot of money. Let's be honest.
Well, no, not really compared to the American budget.
It's millions of pounds.
But it's tiny compared to the American budget, and it's tiny compared to what NASA used to get.
Look,
like,
right, okay, let's just say that in 2024, the young youth have grown up with social media. They expect a little bit more interaction than some crusty photos that look like something out of the 70s.
Most of them don't care.
Come on.
Most Gen Z really don't give a fuck.
Right, but
trust me, I've got a Gen Z son. He doesn't care. Dude, your internet, what is going on?
Yeah, but that's the whole point. That's why they don't. I don't know why it's so bad. It's come back now, but basically, they would care if there was more interaction. And that's
there's plenty of interaction.
They don't care is because they feel they've been dropped out and left out.
No, they don't care because they realise that the world is pretty fucked and it's hopeless. Really, Gen Z are they realise that we fucked the world for them, but they really don't care about the money spent on NASA. And again, no Gen Z is demanding that NASA do a certain thing. NASA do what they do because they're told to do it. It's as simple as that. All right. If you want things proved for yourself, then you have to do it. No one else is the onus.
Look, this is the thing, right? It's not. This is so much deeper than NASA and ISS and the shape of the Earth. Your son, the Gen Z generation, can see through the bullshit. They can see straight through it, and they don't want.
Yeah, and they know the Earth's a globe.
So don't you get it?
They can see through the bullshit of flat Earth and know the Earth's a globe.
Yeah, but that's not getting them out of bed in the morning. That's not giving them the.
Getting out of bed in the morning. No. I can't get my son out of bed in the morning. Have you tried getting a 15-year-old out of bed in the morning? That doesn't happen.
Well, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't too great at getting up either in the mornings, but like, I still wanted to get up, and I still like that was a little bit later on in life. Look. If this is the tip of the iceberg. Like, this is just the gateway of like whether it's round or flat. The information and the way they guard it, and the little interaction that we do get with all these agencies, government, royalty, whatever label you want to attach to them, and the way they dictated to us the months and social occasions such as Christmas or whatever, and a certain selection of religions which are, whatever. Like, that's why the Generation Z can see straight through it and like don't want none of it. But like,
yeah, but Gen Z can see through the bullshit of flat Earth. That's the thing. They're pretty good at seeing through bullshit. My son sees through the bullshit of flat Earth quite easily.
Yeah. All right. Could you, if I can consider flat Earth might not be correct, could you consider the globe might not be correct?
Well, no, it is correct. I checked. I did consider that, and I checked, and it's correct.
You've done one experiment, or you done one?
No, I've done more than that. I've checked the measurements as well as the rotation.
Oh.
I've confirmed that the Earth is a globe in many ways. I've done over 1,000 hours of celestial navigation with a sextant. I know the Earth is a globe because I've checked.
What's celestial navigation? The sea or the sky?
Well, it's using the sky to navigate the sea,
Right.
and
Yeah,
it's all based on the globe. You use Earth's radius and everything.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, if you want to put your chips on that number with the round spherical shape and the flat.
Well, it's true. I
want to hold my chips. I want to hold my chips back.
That's cool. If you
I want to place my bet yet. How about that?
Well, that's your problem. You're gonna lose out. You're gonna lose out because the odds get less the longer you wait.
That's what
I'm gonna make more money than you. My chips are gonna be worth more.
Yeah, but that doesn't. Not all good. Not all money is good money, and that doesn't make it right.
Facts. I couldn't think of one immediate problem in my life that couldn't. Facts. I couldn't think of one immediate problem in my life that couldn't be solved with lots of money. Okay.
All right, I can't deny that. That's it's true. But that still doesn't make it okay. Generation Z or X don't want to get their ass out of bed because it could be so much different from this. And all I'm saying is we're giving whoever these people are too much trust.
It's not people. It is thousands of years of combined human effort.
I keep saying this, but at the moment, it's a group of people controlling the information.
No, it's not. There's no group of people controlling information. That's not how the world works. That's how conspiracy theorists think it works.
Yes, it is.
There is not a small group of people.
Show me a college doesn't.
Show you what?
Show me a college or university that doesn't sing off the same hymn sheet and have the same curriculum.
But they have the curriculums that are right. They teach people the correct things. They wouldn't have curriculums that teach them things that are wrong, like the Earth being flat. They teach things correct, like the Earth being a globe. Or, my son is going to college and he's going to be doing professional cookery. I'm very proud of him.
That is actually really good. I think the two professions in life, or three professions, are like hairdressing, cooking.
Shut up, Clarence. I'm trying, okay? Right. Hey,
your son's laughing at me now. Great. Well, look. Do you know what I mean?
No. It was someone in the chat says money can't make me grow a beard. I know money can't make me grow a beard. Nothing can make me grow a beard. That's the point of this, to show you guys. You wanted this. You were like, prove that you can't grow facial hair. Then, Craig. Well, here you go. This is nearly 3 weeks of growth. I cannot grow facial hair. Are you people happy?
Right.
Well, look, Andreas Aldrich for 56 says a question for Factz. Factz, if you're standing in a desert on Earth, how far is the sun? And if you're standing on the moon, how far is the sun? And are they similar?
Well, the moon would be closer to the sun because it's far away from the Earth.
Well, what if the moon is behind us compared to the sun?
You said the last time the moon's 245 km away.
Yeah, 240,000 miles away, yeah. Like 400,000 kilometers, yeah.
So
yeah.
But
that 400,000 kilometers, is compared to the 93 million miles to the sun. And you got to think that the moon orbits around the Earth, so sometimes is closer and sometimes further. So the answer that he was looking for is, well, they're basically the same distance from the sun.
I knew it. I knew it was a trick question. All right,
It wasn't a trick question. It was a normal question. John, welcome to Scrappers. Thank you for becoming a member. Tim Davidson, $2 says, the smartest potato on a potato. Facts, read, please.
Look, this is the most I've read in 15 years. I'm doing.
It's a good thing, right? I'm glad that I'm encouraging you to do reading. Dave McKeegan for £5 says, how to test Newton's third law of gravity. Hold a brick above you, let it go, and see if you can gain a few extra IQ points. Would you do that test?
I'll tell you what, no, because I've got enough scars and little battle.
Brain damage, yeah, I know.
Tim Davidson. Let me ask you one question.
Sorry, one sec. Tim Davidson, $5 says, Looney Tunes' third law. Gold is split evenly after reimbursing the healer for potions second. Thou shalt not hoard rare EQ. First ultra rarest go to who can you... Look, have you not looked at the loot schedule? If you don't look at the loot schedule, we're not letting you play, okay? I get the Sword of Gabathar next, dick. So, what were we going to say, Facts?
Okay. Right. This is a question. A father and son are on their way to a family function, and an accident, and the son suffered an accident.
Sorry, you're breaking up. You're gonna have to start again. You're gonna have to start you completely broke up. Stop! You completely broke up. You're gonna have to start again. Hello?
Is it good now?
Yeah, that's better.
Good now?
Yeah.
Sound check. Sound check.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, right. A father and son are on their way to a family function. They have a car accident. The father's killed instantly. The son's taken to an accident emergency unit. The doctor says, "Oh my God, that's my son. I can't operate him. How can this be if the father was killed in a road accident?"
Surgeon's his mum.
Okay. Oh, see, I knew you squares, man. You're fucking clever. Most people don't get it.
Well, people have two parents.
You had to think about it, though. You had to think.
No,
about
it.
I had to think about it just for a few seconds.
No,
yeah, I know, but most.
Well, I had to think about it in the case of people have mum and dad. It's his mum. I mean,
yeah. Like most people think doctors are male. That's the only reason why. I know things have moved on a bit, but that joke would stump a lot of people. But anyway,
Richard Lewis for £2 says all these Flerfs smoke weed. It dulls the brain. Hey, don't be dissing weed. There's nothing wrong with smoking weed, Richard Lewis. Weed, in fact, has saved my life. Perf, who's been a member for 28 months, says, tell him a wheel also have different tangential speed. Yeah, you wouldn't get it. Daniel Elkin for 26 says, surprised there's a debate. Earth is a donut. No, if it was a donut, I would have fucking eaten it, mate. I'm starving. 2AHD Diecast says, became a new member. Welcome to Scrappers. Tim Davidson for $10 says, half the speed of an hour hand. The Earth is slower than you. Facts. You think 1,000 miles is big because you're small. If you were 1,000 miles long, you'd be right next to yourself in an hour. That is not fast. Yeah. Just remember, if you're ever confused, if you're ever confused about why you can't feel the 1,000 miles on the equator, just remember that people sat in Concorde at over 1,400 miles an hour. Okay? That's all you need to think about. JSS Tiger for $10 said, the old Roman calendar, circa 800 BC, had 10 months, March to December, with an approximate 60-day dead period for the winter. Different calendar, but it's all the same. Yeah.
To a degree. It's not the same, is it?
It is. It's still 365 days. Crypto Roast for £2 says, Craig getting a head start on Movember. No. Again, this is the only time you're ever going to see me with facial hair. I go on holiday on Monday. I am shaving on Sunday. Okay. Wolf Dances for $5 says.
You've got to start small.
The year 4722 in Asian countries. Also wait till he finds out it's winter right now in Australia. Yeah, you know it's winter in Australia right now, don't you?
No.
No, it is. It's actually winter in Australia right now.
How the fuck would I know that? You're doing another one of these trick questions on me.
No. It is winter in Australia right now. You do know that, right?
No.
It is. In Australia, their Christmas is in the middle of summer.
But it's still hot there though, so it's not
In the mid. Well, not all the time. It's cold in the winter for them, but their Christmas is in the middle of summer. It's still December the 25th, but it's in the middle of summer.
Well, I mean, actually, no, I'll take that back. I know one really cool Australian person. Shout out to Australian Mark. Yeah, that's how we do it around here.
Bobby Two Hands for £10 says, but why flat? Yeah, why do you think the Earth? Yeah, why? It's not.
It's what I said the first time I come on the show. If it was a court of law, circumstantial evidence, you can call it conspiracy theories or whatever you want. The lack of interaction and the level of control.
Wow, your internet bad. Tim Tully, $5 says the Chinese start the year in mid-February. Okay. Tim Tully, $5 says the Chinese start their year in February. The Jewish, they start in the fall. Doesn't really matter, does it? Globermum, $2. I hereby proclaim that everything is named Loretta. I go with that. Hi, Loretta.
Right, Craig.
Yes.
Sorry, does Lucy know, or does anyone in the chat know? Does anyone start their new year other than the Queen and the royal family in April?
I don't know. My battery's dead, so I can't ask Lucy.
All right.
Lucy's sleeping.
To be continued, as they say in the movies.
Tim Davidson, $5 says facts.
Right.
Facts don't grasp. Seeing dates, falling motion shapes. Tune the terror, Krakatoni. Here's a blank spot to fill in yourself. Thanks, Tim. Yivik Montwani for 40. Don't know what that is, but thank you. And this is their first super chat. I'm glad I could pop your cherry. Do you use scales or are they invalid too? Yeah.
I've used scales on this.
And so scales, Libra, just like a Foucault's pendulum, is a measuring device. Simple. Stephen Jarvis for £2 says Sigmund Freud can't wait to meet flat earthers. Can you imagine? That'd been crazy shit. Tim Davidson, $5. Let's use your calendar idea. And now it's the year 44 TD. It's Harkland Day, the third month of Grungle. When do we celebrate Christmas? Still when it's cold. I'll go with that. I like the month of Grungle. Stringer News 1, $2 says don't get your internet from Poundland, folks. Yeah. Are you sharing your internet with a pub or something?
More or less, I'm sharing it with quite a few other people. Right. People on this internet.
That makes sense. Tim Davidson, $2 says 1/10 of a penny per dollar spent on military. Yeah. Way more than NASA. Dihydrogen monoxide for £2 says stop using dial-up internet facts. We are in 2024. Stephen Jarvis for £2 says thanks. Tell him to stay in. Help is on its way. Yeah. Do you normally have a carer with you, or I don't know how it works. Eileen Letts, who's been a member for 20 months, says, as an American taxpayer, I do not want NASA to spend money on time proving something that we have known for thousands of years. Yeah, that's the general consensus, I think. Jaybird Max, member for 15 months, says, funny how we have a clear, sharp horizon that no matter how far you travel, there it still is. Almost like we're on a massive planet. I know, almost, right? Snake Doctor, £5. Can facts attempt to explain what a nautical mile is? This should be fun. Do you know what a nautical mile is, facts?
I know it's not the same distance as a mile on the road. I know I only heard it because Jared and them lot were talking about it, and that Bob guy, and they were saying about you and someone else was confused about the nautical
Yes,
mile.
the sailor is confused about nautical mile.
Yeah. No, don't make jokes, Craig. You've done. Yeah. And you've got to play nicer as well when you're out there in the field, man. These YouTube streets.
Oh God, no!
YouTube
The idiots don't deserve nice. Yeah, no. So you don't know what a nautical mile is? That's fair enough.
All right.
Lord Luminous Pooh for $2 says, "I am the Illuminati. I am they, and no, we don't." Yeah, you don't control me. Steve Revel, member for 2 months, says, "Good morning from down under in Australia." Good morning. Must be like 6 a.m. Yeah, it's 6 a.m. over there. Good man. Oh no, it's Andy, been a member for 15 months and says, "Craig, does your ID photo have a beard?" No. Don't worry, it isn't staying. Danny Turner, member for 9 months, says, "Hear about the Italian chef who died? He passed away." Danny, get out. Just get door, leave. Get your coat. Steve Ravel 299 says, "It is winter and it's bloody cold at 6 a.m. Yeah, that's Australia for you. Guys, thank you very much for all the super chats and support. It is incredible. Remember, I am very close to achieving my goal of being able to afford my new computer parts. And if you want to help towards that goal, a donation to my PayPal would be greatly appreciated. PayPal.me/FTFE. And I will be able to once again stream in 1080p and even 4K for you wonderful people. If you want to help out, PayPal.me/FTFE. Thank you. Right, Facts, you wanted to talk about my leg or something?
Yeah, I was going to say, people, don't hold back. Help Craig get his computer and bits and bobs, because then my internet might not seem as bad in 4K. But yeah, the two concerns were having conversations with a AI called Lucy, and you wanting to do that to your leg. And
oh yeah, that is happening. I've now gone through the process of going back to the surgeon saying they can't do anything. So it's back to my GP now to start the process of having my amputation.
You could make money out of it, and they could do it the other way.
See what?
I swear to God, Craig, like 12 months, and I'd have you. 12 months, I'd have you like doing like burpees, squat.
No, you wouldn't. My leg is not capable of doing that. I do not have the ligaments and I don't think you understand. My knee is held. My leg is held together with pins. There is nothing that you can. I don't. There's no bending it. There's physical impingement. It doesn't work. Right. I have for over a decade.
But like,
no. Listen, Facts. I have for over a decade been round and round to physios and doctors. There is nothing that they can do. Physios just go, "I ain't touching that." All right, because they know there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
Right? The only option left, you don't understand. The only option left is to have my leg removed. There is no other choice. That is it.
That's not okay, man.
No, it is okay. I'm 100% okay with that.
Like,
I am not sad about that. I am not upset. I am excited. I want it gone so that I can have a good quality of life again.
Okay.
Why do you think I lost all this weight, man?
Oh, Craig, man, you're breaking my
Look
heart.
at me.
No, really, you are. Can you move it? Can you move it?
No.
Can you move it?
No. It doesn't bend, ever. It doesn't have the ability to bend. It doesn't support weight.
About loving it back to life.
You see this? I have to have this just to walk around this room.
All right. All right, but hypothetically, if like a train was or a car was coming and you had to get out of the way, or God forbid, like someone,
I'd hop really fast.
Get them out of the way. I know, Craig, you're not.
I would not be able to physically run and save somebody. That's not something I can do. I don't think you understand. There's not a magic fix here. There's nothing that can make this better. This is a lifelong thing. My two options are have my leg fucked forever or don't have a leg. There is no in between.
Is it too little, too late?
It's way too late.
Too long now.
It's done. It's done. There is no chance of saving my left leg. It is done.
I'll stand corrected then. I thought like that if you could still move it and still walk on it.
No, there's nothing left. There's nothing left that I can do for it. Icy Spin 199 says, "Facts. Do you know why it's winter in Australia right now?"
No.
Because The tilt,
the moon.
the tilt of the
It's
Earth.
the cycles of the moon. And
No, it's nothing to do with the
tilt on
moon.
Earth.
It's just the
Alleg-
tilt of the Earth. It's just the tilt of the Earth, nothing else.
Allegedly.
Snake Doctor £5 says facts. A nautical mile was literally invented
Allegedly.
because the sea is curved and the Earth is a globe. The nautical mile literally proves the Earth is a globe.
All right. Well, I'll look into that. I'll write that
should.
down. And then
Bill Tetley £5 says,
Yeah.
did you hear about the cheese factory in France that exploded? There was debris Just get your coat, dude. Fuck's sake. Bill Tetley $5 says, fun fact, Chuck Norris is the only person in the world that can slam a revolving door. Yeah, well, Chuck Norris, normal people, well, in fact, Jesus thinks he's impressive, right? Because he could walk on water. Well, Chuck Norris can swim through land. So, Chuck Norris attacks sharks when he smells them bleed. Under Chuck Norris's beard, there's not a
Chuck
chin,
Norris.
there's just another fist.
getting a beer.
That's it. Housewife for 50 Nokia says, here's to being pain-free as possible,
Yeah,
Craig.
well,
Unfortunate enough
yeah.
that my leg issue is fixable, I was still tempted to chop it off. Feck pain, yeah. People do not realise how debilitating chronic pain is. It is soul destroying. And what a lot of people don't realise is that I already have a lifelong chronic injury in my shoulder. I have pain in my shoulder 24 hours a day. It dislocates often. It's damaged. So I have chronic pain already, and I have to deal with my leg. So,
Yeah, no, I've got a few war wounds too. It's no fun. Like there's like hour after hour, people don't get it. They think you're over regular pudding and being the right way, and it ain't that.
Yeah.
You try an hour, 2 hours, sit repeat. No fun.
Diver Dan Navy Vet says, honest question, Craig, why is an artificial knee replacement not an option? It is an option, but it would only give me 30 to 40% mobility, and they would have to redo it every 10 years because of the damage. So I don't want that. If I get a prosthetic, I'll have full mobility. I don't want part mobility and pain. A knee replacement is probably not going to take away the agony that I'm in. And, I don't want that. So
If you're going to do it for real. If you're going to do it all the way. Get rid of it. You can't
Yes.
have like bits of plastic and all that. No, if you're going to do it for real.
Dave McKeegan for £2 says Chuck Norris can make the sunset in Antarctica. Dihydrogen monoxide £5 says when Chuck Norris approaches a black hole, he spaghettifies it. Yeah, Chuck, you don't want to mess with Chuck Norris. Did you know, right, that Chuck Norris was in the jungle once? He was doing like a documentary, and there was some poisonous snakes, and Chuck got bit really badly by one of these snakes, right? And it was like 3 to 4 days of like absolute agony. Eventually, the snake died.
Is that a joke? Obviously.
Well, there was another time as well. Chuck Norris was doing another documentary, and there was like he was with a lion tamer, and he'd gone into the cage with this lion, and the lion kind of like started being all angry, and the trainer was like, right, get up and just back away slowly. And the lion did.
I was trying to die in the car.
The Gorn Captain $2 says Chuck Norris stared at the sun and the sun went blind. Bill Tetley $5 says, what's the difference between a Lambo and 1,000 jars of Flerf tears? Craig doesn't have a Lambo in his garage. Oh, I want a Lambo. Dave McKeegan says Chuck Norris used to beat up his shadow because it was following too close. It now stands 15 feet behind him. Right, facts. Is there anything else for tonight,
No, I'm good. I've been kissed by the sun, so like I've got a little bit of my skin's like glowing red. So yeah, no, thanks for letting me be on the panel. Apologies for the no-show last time.
That's
Enjoyed
okay. I
the
appreciate
interaction.
the apology
Appreciate it.
and that you actually taken the effort to come on and come up with some more things you want to talk about and come back.
Appreciate that.
All right.
We'll
Speak to you later.
do. I'll sign.
I'm sad. I'm the same species. Bill Tetley, $5 says, Chuck Norris's tears can cure cancer. Unfortunately, Chuck has never cried. Jer says, Tiger, $5 says, they wanted to put Chuck Norris on Mount Rushmore, but the granite wasn't tough enough for his beard. Oh, Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He just presses the earth down. Clarence says, why is he so weirdly likable? Yeah, actually, I don't mind Facts, even though he started by, calling me a drug addict. Oh, Facty, the ads do actually help. They really do. Guys, thank you very much again. It really is appreciated. But again, I'm very close to being able to get my computer completely sorted. Hopefully, when I come back from holiday, I'll be able to do that. And if you do want to help, I need a few $100 more to be able to do what I want to do. And any tips to PayPal would be greatly appreciated. Remember, if you donate to PayPal, you don't give YouTube a third of your money as well. It goes straight to me rather than paying for YouTube. So if you do want to help me reach the target and we can get the streams looking better, back up 1080p even to 4K with no buffering and stuff, then a donation to paypal.me/FTFE would be greatly appreciated. Dave McKeegan, £2 says, Chuck Norris can divide by 0. He fucking could do whatever he wants. He is Chuck Norris. Guys, your support means the absolute world to me. Thank you very much for being here. Sorry that there was no debate with Dustin Neos earlier. He had to cancel because the mod pulled out. And for people worrying about me platforming Dustin Neos, don't think that I'm going to be debating him. I am just going to be spending the time exposing him for being a horrific human being so that it can be on the internet forever. There's a reason for me doing that. Right, tomorrow, what day are we on tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow I'm debating the Clubhouse. And then Friday I've got Nero Frogger. Saturday Beaver Zero's coming on. And then Sunday Phone Booth Crew. A lot of fun coming up. Dave McKeegan, £2. Norris can understand what Facts is talking about. Oh, that's fucking impressive. Stephen Jarvis, £2 says, if Chuck says it's flat, then it's flat. Yeah, but Chuck wouldn't say that. Otto says, Saturday is Beaver Day for me too. I don't think what you mean. That means what you think it means. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Really, I love every single one of you. I love you, and I love you, and I love you. I really love you. Not you, Gary. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like, I don't know, shooting stars? Maybe? What do you reckon? Yes, Bill, we can. Thank you.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Good morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. No one, Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first, full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere, page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need to hustle burying Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognise the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the well of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe your musical assault knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realise you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of.
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're on foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit loop short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind that rigs up on your mom's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you taught a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck. Thank you for watching, guys. I love every single one of you. Not you, Gary. Back tomorrow with another stream. Really fucking busy this week. Thank you so much for all the support, the super chats, the memberships, everything. You know, the donations on PayPal. And again, the donations on PayPal are really, really helping at the moment because it will go directly towards upgrading my PC. So thank you very much for watching. You all are amazing. I will see you tomorrow. And remember that stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth. Fight the flat. 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 Fight the flat.
Hi, my name is Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
Level